Peter here is studying for a really important exam during lockdown. But it's not going too well because he keeps interrupting himself, especially when his work gets a little bit difficult, to go to Facebook and scroll through the newsfeed. This makes Peter really frustrated because he wastes a lot of time. And he has tried to take control by deactivating his Facebook account, but he keeps coming back because to be part of university life, he sort of has to be on Facebook, so he doesn't know what to do. Most of us can relate to Peter's situation. Our digital devices give us amazing powers to do anything, anywhere. And they've never been more important than now during the pandemic. But at the same time, they make it easy for us to distract ourselves anytime, anywhere. We tend to blame ourselves for lack of willpower, but of course, many of the services we use have been cleverly designed to be as attention-grabbing as possible and then to keep us coming back. So what do we do about this? Well, did you know that there's a niche market online where hundreds of apps and little extensions for your internet browser experiment with different ways to redesign your devices to make it easier for you to stay in control? These do things like block access to distractions or visualize how you spend your time on your devices, but also let you take precise control and maybe have Facebook without a newsfeed. Or how about YouTube without recommended videos? In my PhD, I've used this market as a window into understanding how to design digital devices that make it easier for us to stay in control. I've analyzed the design features in more than 400 of these tools, and I've done controlled studies of what happens when you change the design on Facebook. And I've found that using some of these tools to change your digital environment is much more effective than relying on willpower. As the final step in my PhD, I created something called the Reducing Digital Distraction Workshop. In this workshop, people like Peter come to reflect on how they use their digital devices, what they struggle with, and then think about what the one change is that they would most like to make. Then I introduce them to a range of the tools that are available to help them take control, and then we try to match those to the struggles that they have. Peter, who is not just a stick figure but a real person, left the workshop that he attended really excited because he learned how to replace the newsfeed on his Facebook with his to-do list. So now, whenever he goes to Facebook, he's just reminded of what he had to do that day. We blame ourselves when we struggle to use our devices in the way that we really want. But a lot of the time, we should be blaming the designers of our technology. So ask yourself, what do you struggle with? And what would you do to the design of your devices to change that?